Things working a bit tense. Do you want to meet off-site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a little chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Today's episode takes us outside Devon and Cornwall Police Headquarters, where what unfolds is genuinely hard to believe. You're about to see officers who appear unfamiliar with basic law, a security guard issuing threats, missing CI identification, and conduct that raises serious questions from start to finish. It may be one of the most alarming displays of police incompetence I've ever covered, and that's not an exaggeration. This situation spirals out of control fast. Let's get straight into it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why?
Because I'm a police officer.
Have you got warrant cards?
Yeah, I have got
Yeah,
warrant
I'd love to
cards.
see that, thank you.
No problem. I'm PC Vanessa Thompson, I work here.
Okay, wonderful. Lovely. So what's your number? 1503, was it?
Yeah, no, 15032.
32, lovely.
I'm just wondering what you're doing.
Just making a little video really around the area.
Okay, and what's that to do with? Just obviously because we've got security in mind as well.
Yeah, sure. Just making a little video of the area and that really.
Okay.
There's police station around here. Obviously it's a new station you got down there.
Yeah.
What was that, 3 years ago, was it? 4 maybe? Yeah, so it's letting people kind of know where the station is. Just matters of public interest, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I just take your name?
Why would I want to give you that?
Because in case there is anything else, I'm just interested. If you're just doing anything, there's nothing wrong, then I just want to know who it is. Because obviously there's security as well.
Right, okay.
So security is heightened at the moment. So if there's nothing wrong, I just want to find out who your name is in case anything.
This is where PC Thompson appears to fundamentally misunderstand police powers. Under Code A, officers can only require identification when they have reasonable suspicion that an offense has been committed. The possibility that something might happen later does not provide lawful grounds. The auditor rightly refuses, as there is no legal obligation to identify oneself without reasonable suspicion of criminal activity.
So what you're implying is that if I don't give my name, I'm doing something wrong?
No, I'm just saying in case something retrospectively happened and someone said, oh, something happened, and I say, oh, I saw someone and I spoke to him, but I won't know what his name is.
That's fine. I mean, there's nothing to oblige me to give you my name at this
No,
point.
there isn't.
No,
You're all right.
So no, I'd rather not, thank you.
Okay.
But at this point, am I being entertained or anything?
No, I was just speaking to you and finding out
No
what
problem
you
at
were
all.
doing
That's
because-
fine.
For security.
Yeah, that's fine. Started to do that.
So you're just going to stay on the perimeter, are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have a wander around and see
Well, you
what's
can't
around.
go inside. So
But-
you can't go inside the building, okay?
Oh no, I won't go inside any buildings, obviously. Yeah.
Stay on the perimeter, but you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Well, I mean, if there are any restrictions, like signs.
Restrictions from there, there's a security. I'm a police officer and I'm telling you, you cannot go with it inside there. This is a secure
Yeah, but a
building,
police
you can't go inside
but
there.
a police officer can tell me not to wear yellow shoelaces.
But I'm not telling you
or-
not to wear shoelaces. I'm saying that this is a secure place. There is a security there.
Well-
I'll walk with you if you like. It's
If-
fine.
No, that's all right. If it's secure, there's nothing to worry about, is there?
But I'm advising
but-
you as a police officer that you shouldn't be going in there. Okay?
But is it against the law?
You are not permitted to go into this building here.
Is
okay?
it? I'm not going to go into any buildings. I just said
Okay,
that.
into the area.
And why not? Again, is there any laws restricting me from doing that?
Yes, it's security. You're not allowed
What-
in
what-
there unless you've got a warrant.
There are several legal issues here. First, a warrant card is a form of police identification. It's not something members of the public possess or are required to have in order to access public areas. Second, she's attempting to impose blanket restrictions without referencing any specific legislation or pointing to clear signage. Under common law, the public generally retain access to areas that are not clearly marked or lawfully restricted. In this exchange, Thompson appears to be asserting restrictions without establishing a clear legal basis for them.
There's restrictions on there that you are not allowed to go into there.
If there's public access and
There
it's a
isn't public access for
Well,
this.
that's fine. I won't go past any points that aren't publicly accessible. That's not a problem. But that's not a problem at all.
I'm trying to walk on to front now.
So naturally that has no entry through those gates, but obviously it's locked gates, so wouldn't be able to go through there even if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is where somebody else got to previously. So that sign there clearly says please have both ID and car pass ready for inspection. So as you can see, there's clearly gates because I should imagine it's probably restricted parking. But there are literally no signs, unless I missed any on here, so I will double check. There's literally no signs saying, police only or restricted access.
The auditor handles this exactly as he should, by checking the signage. He identifies cycle path markings, notices requiring vehicle passes, and CCTV warnings, but crucially, nothing restricting pedestrian access. Then the security guard steps in, and almost immediately a series of potential violations and questionable actions begin to unfold.
I've already asked you nicely, you cannot go any further than this.
To stop you. Keep coming, mate. Then if you want to assault me, we'll have you nicked for that, shall we?
I haven't done anything.
Reasonable force. I'm licensed to stop you coming on these premises.
What license have you got?
SIA.
Well,
The government.
Where's that displayed?
You don't need to see that, pal.
Under the SIA laws, that should be on display.
You've been reading Google. He's a Google.
Then security arrives, and the first issue is immediate. No visible SIA badge. That's one of the most basic requirements of the role. Rather than addressing it, he resorts to the usual Google lawyer remark. The irony is the information being challenged was actually correct, while his own understanding appeared seriously lacking. The more confident he became, the more his mistakes started to show. Take a look at this.
That should be on display at all times while in operation of your duties. You can actually lose your license for not having it on display. No, it needs to be on display.
Mate, don't put the law in. What are you talking about?
Listen,
I clearly do.
I said to you that I'm a police officer and I've asked you that you're not allowed past here. It's a site you're not allowed past here, so please don't come on site.
Where's the signage?
I'm telling you as a police officer, you've seen my warrant card,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you as a police officer, you're not allowed to come
You could
past
tell
here.
me as a police officer that I'm not allowed to wear a black coat or a yellow hat or...
But that's not
You know.
official, is it? I'm asking you nicely.
Well, this isn't official. If it was
saying to
official,
you-
there would be signage.
Okay, but I'm officially telling you, you are not allowed on
Under
site.
what power are you using to officially tell me this?
There-
Please.
This is you can see
No.
you are not allowed in.
That is for cars. If this were restricted for pedestrian access, there would be a pedestrian gate. But there clearly isn't.
So what makes you want to do this all day and all night? Have you got bored or something?
Well, to be fair, there's marked police vehicles up there. I want to get some shots of marked police vehicles. They're public property.
They may well be public property.
This is public property.
This area, you're not allowed on here.
But there's no restricted access signs, none whatsoever.
Right, so we're telling you, no.
But your verbal commands don't take precedence when it's a public area.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. You've been
I
reading
literally
Google.
do.
You've been reading Google too much. Google lawyer. We have about 3 of you a week turn up here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's probably
sure.
because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insulting me now, are you?
Yeah, the more you act like
You're
idiots,
insulting me by calling me an idiot.
the more you act like idiots.
No, I'm going to say to you, I take it personally. I feel threatened and I'm going to have you nicked for public order. How do you feel?
So here comes the security guard's big threat. I'll have you nicked for Section 5. He delivers it like it's the ultimate trump card. But Section 5 isn't about bruised egos or hurt feelings. It concerns genuinely threatening or abusive behavior. The term insulting was actually removed from the legislation years ago because simply calling someone an idiot is not by itself a criminal offense. What we're seeing here is an attempt to turn basic name calling into grounds for arrest. That's not a sound interpretation of the law, it's pure exaggeration.
What's your law? Come on,
Threatened.
Come on, then.
There's no act or
You
threat
just
of
called me an
violence.
idiot.
Yeah.
How do you know I'm an idiot? Do you know me? Do you know my family?
I
Do you
said
know
you're
me?
acting like
Mate, you've insulted me.
being offended isn't against the law.
Google lawyers, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Google lawyer.
Cool. Well, again, you haven't got your SIA badge, so I'll report that to the
Do
SIA.
what you want, my friend.
Will do.
Do it all day long.
Not a problem.
What's your name then?
Why would I give you that?
Well, why would I give you my name? You wouldn't even know who I am.
Because you're the one.
You haven't told me to
You're
explain.
the.
Who am I?
You're the one. Well, I can just say the one working at the hut at this headquarters on this date and this time. They'll have record of who's working. They'll find it. It's not difficult. There's record of everything.
Fool. Yeah, we're right. Nothing better to do. You got a job?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. So is this private property, is it?
This is private land, my friend.
Who owns it?
None of your business.
So is it not owned by
Go to land registry and I'll tell you all about it, mate.
is it not owned by the police, by the Ministry of Justice, or
You define it.
I mean whether or not
It's private. I don't know exactly who owns it, but it's private. property.
whether or not you rent
I'm
it
trying to
privately.
be
Oh yeah, could you
reasonable
just
with
keep a
you.
bit of a distance?
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, if this is private and it's even rented by the government, which it obviously is, then that's publicly funded. Like those
But
those
even
police
if it's
vehicles
publicly funded,
are
it
publicly
doesn't mean
funded.
that public are allowed access here. Okay. So it doesn't matter
So-
whether it's publicly funded or not.
If you have no information that says that this is private, this is restricted, then what's the authority that you're acting under?
I told him he can't gain access.
Access?
He's
Yeah.
been trying to be videoing everywhere and he wants to gain access.
Why do you want access to the vehicles?
I want to go have a look at the marked vehicles.
You can't then,
Why?
because it's a police site. It's private.
Private, who's it owned by, do you know?
Devon Corps Constabulary.
Okay, and who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary?
Here we go.
Who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary? Who operates, who runs, who funds it?
It's I don't understand what you mean.
It's publicly funded, isn't it?
Right, and what do you think that means? That entitles you access? Is that what you're trying to say?
To areas that are not clearly restricted.
What's that?
That's a barrier for cars. The pedestrian access is not restricted at all.
You do not have access to private stuff.
But again, where's the private signs? Where's the private property signs? I've walked all the way up, looked at every single sign. There's nothing.
Don't Google lawyer, mate. Plenty of them.
Can we just be reasonable about this? You've got to here. You're not going to get any further than here.
Is that your
Should
warrant,
we
mate?
just-
Is that
do
your
you
warrant
wanna
card, sir?
just-
There you go,
Do you
mate.
want
16738. Is that Constable Fowler?
Yeah, I'm a
Lovely.
police officer.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this site is a private police site, and you do not have access to
Do
it.
you have any evidence of that?
I don't need the evidence. I'm a police
Well, you
officer.
could tell me it's illegal to wear this coat, but it doesn't mean that it's true. Just because you show me a card that I'm a police officer, that coat is illegal.
Here's Constable Fowler attempting to lay down the law, or at least his version of it. His position is essentially, I'm telling you this is a private site, therefore it's a private site, and you're not coming in. No signage, no documentation, no evidence, just his word. But that's not how legal authority works. That's closer to a parent saying, because I said so. And the irony is hard to miss. When the only justification on offer is the uniform itself, it often suggests there's no actual legal basis being presented to support the claim.
Okay. What happens if I do?
Piece of the moon,
Sorry?
mate. Doesn't mean
I'll
she's
use
going to
reasonable
NASA and get a
force
plane
to
to get to it,
Pardon?
is it?
I'll use reasonable force to prevent you coming in.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I've already told him I'll do that.
Okay.
I wanted
So
to.
you'll use reasonable force.
Yes,
Yeah.
to prevent you coming in.
Okay.
Same as.
Okay. So what I suggest, mate, is
So that's a threat right there.
It's not a threat.
Well, it is
It's not.
because you
It's
have
an
explanation. You
allowed
asked
to.
me a question.
you
You
have-
asked me what happened. I've explained.
yeah,
it to
and you have no
right.
jurisdiction to use reasonable
I
force
do
under
have
these
jurisdiction. I'm a police
conditions.
officer. I can use reasonable force to prevent you going there. It's a private site, and there are various laws that allow me to prevent you going to that site. We can go
Again,
along this line if you want, mate.
If this were private, where there would be signage saying
Listen,
private
we don't need
property.
to do this. We don't need to do this. Why don't you just make your way? We don't need to be doing this, okay? It doesn't need to escalate to this. If you go on your way, then that will be fine.
Tell you what, you're going to leave here before I do today.
Okay? Okay.
What is it you're trying to achieve, mate?
Like I said, I wanted to go get some shots of the marked vehicles, publicly owned vehicles on publicly owned land.
I couldn't be more reasonable than I'm being with you now.
I know,
okay?
and I'm not
I've listened to you,
arguing, I'm not
I've
threatening, I'm not
understood,
raising my voice at you, I'm just
saying,
explaining my
but
point.
you are not coming on site,
Okay,
okay? That
Cool.
is not happening.
fine.
I don't understand what you're trying to achieve.
So we've got the apparently SIA badge, security, although it's lacking his SIA badge.
Yeah, it's underneath.
Yeah, it needs to be visible. It needs to be. Yeah, it needs to be on. It needs to be.
Google lawyer.
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be visible at all times while on duty, doesn't it? Like police officers have to have. Well, obviously, unless they're non-uniform, but if they're in uniform, their epaulets need to be on their outermost worn layer of clothing. With SIA operating officers, don't work in public. But at the end of the day, don't work in a public place. I mean, it is where I'm stood. Where I'm stood is a public place.
that was kind of
But yeah, so if you don't want to be filmed, don't come to somebody with a camera. You obviously knew I was recording, that's why you've come.
I finished working about 10 minutes. Mate, do you want to meet off-site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a chat, little chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
There are several serious concerns here. The guard's comments may potentially amount to harassment under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997. There is no clear operational justification for a security officer suggesting they meet someone away from the premises after their shift.
Do that?
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Yeah. 10 minutes.
We're having a chat now, buddy. Sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat at all, mate.
Officer Fowler, are you hearing this? This security guard's using fighting words. He's saying he wants to meet me off-site in 10 minutes when he finishes work,
You want to come off and have a chat? We'll have a chat about it somewhere else.
which is clearly a threat, and that's considered fighting words under the law.
Not a threat.
Yes.
Okay, what exactly are considered fighting words under the law? What bit of legislation you talk about here?
I can't remember the act actually off the top of my head, but
So which bit of legislation has fighting words in it? You said the word fighting words in legislation. Which
yeah.
legislation is
So you're allowed to defend yourself if somebody is using fighting words in a way that makes you feel threatened. So I feel
that?
threatened
Which bit
now.
of legislation is that?
I can't remember the act and section, to be honest, off the top of my head.
But you're quoting legislation, says
Yeah.
legislation, but you don't know legislation.
No, off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so if you're going to quote legislation at us,
Okay.
and then say I need to be aware of that and be aware of those words.
But you're a police
you-
officer.
But you don't know the legislation you're quoting.
Yeah, but you're
So
a police
how do you know
officer.
it is?
Okay, it's still a threat, which even a threat,
still a threat.
even something that makes somebody feel like they're being threatened or about to be attacked, actually,
You're calling me an idiot just now.
actually feel is actually
Threatened me
common
for
assault.
calling me an idiot. You don't even know who I am. The first thing you said to me was I was an idiot.
Said acting
Now,
like,
that is threatening.
but
my friend.
acting like.
Yeah, you really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, checkmate.
That's probably because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
I said you're acting like. So I'm surprised you guys haven't got the memo on public recordings around police stations, really.
What memo is that?
Exactly, and that says it all, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. You feel free to explain to me.
Well, there was a memo that was posted around to every police station in the UK in 2021 by the Commissioner of the Met, explaining how the police should deal and interact with people coming to film police property, police headquarters, police inquiry offices.
Right.
Said basically, leave them alone. There's nothing you can do.
So, but you're saying you think that then entitles you to go onto the site and film vehicles? Do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hello.
You're a sergeant? You're an officer in charge? Yeah.
I am.
I'll talk to you then if you want. If you want to come away, I'll talk to you instead of these people. But yeah, what's the collar number there, sorry?
7236.
7236, lovely. And Sergeant?
Von Memety.
Sergeant, sorry?
Von Memety.
Von Memety. Nice to meet you. No worries.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're free, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No worries. Yeah, there's not a lot really going on. I was just making a little video of the area. Once I get a shot of the marked cars. Had PC Vanessa, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Sort of, there we go, marked car.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so I was walking up around.
Yeah.
She stopped, had a chat with me, had a bit of a chat, let her know, just been filming matters of public interest.
Yeah.
She asked if I was just going to stay on the perimeter. I said, well, I'm going to walk wherever's publicly accessible. I've walked all the way up round here. There's literally at the end of this road, cycle path and pedestrian footpath sign right at the end of this road going up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I see there's a gate there. I do see that. I'm not blind.
Yeah.
That gate is clearly for cars. The pedestrian way, it's not blocked, it's not obscured. There's no checkpoint for pedestrians
Okay.
to go
But
past this
the-
point.
the back-
There are no signs saying
Apart from that one asking you to have an ID.
and car pass. Yeah, but I'm not in a car, am I? So I don't
No,
know.
very
You
true.
know.
So, common sense would say that you can see there's a barrier there. Public is not allowed through there. There is a sign at the front. And I appreciate you can film whatever you like around here. Got no issue with that. If you go on site, you are going to be challenged. You're not a police officer.
Okay.
You will be asked to leave.
Okay.
And if you refuse that and you continue to go about your business, then
Yeah. Another marked
we
one.
will be looking at whether or not there's offences committed.
What offences would potentially be?
Potentially aggravated trespass.
What would be aggravating about?
Here's the legal stretch being suggested: aggravated trespass. The sergeant raises it as a possibility, but the threshold is actually quite specific. It requires intentional disruption of lawful activity. Simply walking through an area, filming, or standing on a pathway does not meet that bar. The offense only arises where there is actual obstruction or intimidation preventing lawful work from continuing. In this case, the irony is that the auditor wasn't the one causing disruption at all. The guard escalated matters instead, issuing threats, using Google lawyer remarks as mockery, and failing to display the required SIA badge. By contrast, the sergeant's approach was measured and professional, focusing on de-escalation rather than confrontation. That difference highlights a clear gap in training and judgment. Overall, the situation appears to stem from confusion on site, unclear boundaries, signage that distinguishes vehicle access but not pedestrian rights, and staff improvising rules rather than relying on clearly defined authority. The guard's behavior included insults, implied threats, and non-compliance with basic identification requirements, while the constable appeared to assert private land restrictions without providing supporting evidence. Ultimately, it took a calm, methodical approach from a single sergeant to bring clarity and diffuse the situation. It demonstrates how relying on accurate legal understanding can resolve encounters quickly, whereas relying on assumption or ego tends to escalate them unnecessarily. The takeaway here is simple: knowing the law matters. It prevents confusion from turning into confrontation. If you found this breakdown useful, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one.